I felt depressed, desperate, and exhausted whenever I heard about the word study. This feeling has been stated in a high school student's letters. She wants to send this letter to her parents and also teachers in her school to tell the true feeling about the current situation of the education system in Vietnam. She wrote in her letter about the sleepless faces and the tiredness eyes of all of the students in her class. And her about the frightenness of being to school. I believe that this feeling, this situation is not just happen among the small groups of students, but also the general situation in all of the schools in the country. And a conversation between the professor of education, Sir Ken Robinson, and Sadhguru about the education system and the current teaching techniques at the moment. The main reason that led the school, that led the students feel hate studying is because the education system currently focus too much in the competition. For example, they too much focus on the school ranks, the students' grades, and also about their achievements. I know that the competition can help us to be more stagnant. To have more stability, to keeping up keeping up and doing our purposes, and also create more motivation for us in everyday life in order to have more success in our life. According to Sadhguru, he described the study as the marathon race competition, and all of the students are the competitors in that marathon racing. All the students will just focus on how to run faster than other competitor. This means the speed run faster or run slower will hurt the feelings of the competitors, and also putting more pressure on them. Because as you know, in the competition, there's just only one winner, and the rest of the competitors will be considered as the losers. Moreover, by using the scores or the points of the students in order to rank them or judge their abilities, is creating and will creating more and more discrimination in the education system. And this is definitely not the effective way to build a equal society. On the other hand, if you are not joining in that competition, and you just in fact normally you feel like studying, you love it, and you want to dig deep in the knowledge and researching about it, when the other learn how to run, then you can recognize that you're about yourself, that you can fly instead. In some of the studies about human abilities, in that current research, they show that when we're working in the most effective and productive is why we feel relaxed, and our spirit is in the balance, but not feeling stressed or frightening. Besides, the pressure of the achievement can maybe help us to grow the fruits, but besides talking about the obsession of achieving high points or high grades, is considered as you are the farmers and you eager to have to grow more fruits. But instead of focusing on the soil quality, the fertilizer, or the roots of that trees. You just want to you just put your attention or to the harvesting one. That means all the students just focus on on how they can get more fruits, how they can harvest them as much more as they can. But they don't know how to grow them. Therefore, as the result, the harvesting or the achieve of high point will depends on most of the external factors. For example, like supervisor attitudes, or the students that sit next to you. However, if we focus on the way how to grow the fruits properly, how to grow them properly, so the time to harvest and the productivity will all depends on your ability and the techniques that you can use to grow them. The questions that we want to ask in here is what is the roots of the studying? Our brain is working based on the techniques called spreading activation. That means when your brain and your head think about some of the topics, all the imagine or the pictures related to that topics will pop up into your mind. That pictures and images, or just say memories in the past can help you to think, how to get more ideas about that topics. That's the reason why we cannot be compared to the computer, or to the computer, which means all of the memories or ideas cannot show up immediately without any error. In our brain, they can create create several pictures differently, and about the statistic also. So that's a reason why we need to have more clue or more images in order to get to remember about it. All of that matters are called misinformation effect. The psychologist Elizabeth Loftus, in her research about the misinformation effect, stated that in 1995, she was successful to to eject the memories about getting lost in the mall in 29 people in the total people that joined her research. Beside that, Professor Herbert Ebbinghaus in 1885, he introduced his research about the forgetting curve. More detailedly, whenever we have to remember all of the statistic or symbols or a brand new knowledge, 45% of your memories about that will be forgotten in 10 minutes, in the first 10 minutes. And then after 9 hours, the amount of the knowledge that we can remember is just 30%, and it will be reducing every day. However, all of the the features about the brains that I have mentioned previously is the opposite size with Kim Peek. It's the Oscar winner of the movies Rain Man. He's considered as the living Google of the world. He can his ability is to read in two different pages in the same book at the same time, and can remember most of the knowledge in that book in 2 to 3 minutes of reading. But the cost that he have to pay for that ability is he cannot understand all of the meaning of the information that he have read. And according to some of the researchers, our brains and memories can be considered as the supercomputer. But in order to think it logically and creatively, we have to use a part of our memory to to remember all of the knowledge. We are besides with us, beside of getting more and improving our knowledge, we should spend more time in order to connect all of the new knowledge and old knowledge together, and also know how to improve our creativity. As a result, the main and very first mission of all education system in all over the world is to create a generation of students that can know how to research and create a new technology and in invention in order to serve the society, but not creating machines that can know how to work just one or two tasks. And the main ways to make us feel passionate about the studying is our curiosity and eager to start to know more. In general, just go back to when we was 5 years old. A grasshopper or just one woodlock can help us feel happy, can make us feel happy all day long, because we can discover all the new things. But nowadays, by focusing on too much of the competing and achievement, or the obsession of the achievement make the studies lost their first value. So the students, all of the students can feel is the sour and the bitter taste of the fruits that cannot be taken care of carefully. I hope that after watching this video, you can relieve somehow just a part of your pressure, of the pressure of the high points in the study, and the pressure from the schools and society, and also can raise of your creativity and passionate, like we was 5 years old, because you can grow older in the physical, but just don't do the same way with your creativity and discover ability. If you think my information is helpful, please like and subscribe my channel, and tell me more about the topics that you want me to talk next time. And I will see you in next Friday. And this is me, and this is Draw Your Brain.